It's
It's
Mija
a big
Matriz
deal.
and Michael deMeng. We're here. Big announcements, right?
Yeah, yeah, we got fun stuff planned
What for? What are we planning for?
for Carnival in Oaxaca, Mexico.
Carnival. And it really, what really kind of sucks is that I hate that it's spelled slightly differently because I always feel like people go, "Oh, you don't know how to spell carnival." And I go, "I do," but then so I write it wrong in all our promo stuff. So
But that's, I know. I find myself going back and forth and I have to, I'm like, you got to choose one, Mija.
yeah,
Choose one or the other.
yeah, I know. I,
Um,
I do it with the I just because that's the way I am. So yes, we've got we get to announce not only the project. I got a little slideshow, but we can talk about some of the stuff. But also we get to talk about the very cool thing that we have not done before. I'm very excited about. Very excited. Very excited. So
yeah.
perhaps what we should do is do a little intro for people who don't know what Carnival is. Do you want to do that? You want to
Yeah.
start?
No, I want you to do it.
Okay, I'll do that. Fine, fine, I'll do it. Sit there. Um, so
Let
I'm
you
going
do all the
to
work.
I'll give a brief little rundown, very brief
Mhm.
little rundown of Carnival. So Carnival is basically it's Mardi Gras. So those familiar with Mardi Gras and of course that the festivities down there. It's the same idea. It's the last hurrah before you have to start fasting and putting limitations on yourself. So you have one big last party and hurrah, and that's what it is. But it's a little bit different in Mexico. Obviously, the holiday aligns with the Europeans because, of course, Spaniards. But it has more of an indigenous twist in Oaxaca, in the Oaxaca region, and really kind of throughout Mexico, but really a lot in the Oaxaca area. Some have said that some of the people out there in their crazy costumes, that it's sort of a taunting of the Spaniards, the conquerors. And so when you see devils, it's oftentimes considered maybe a taunting of the devil Spanish. And it can also be seen as sort of a little more ancient than that, even where sort of the animalistic things that you see are because you think about masks are pretty important things symbolically. It's a way of transformation, culture to culture to culture. It's a way of transforming yourself into some other thing, some other entity. And since animals in many early cultures, but certainly early Mexican culture, Mesoamerican culture, uh, it's sort of an embodiment of sort of the entities that existed in the region. So you see a lot of jaguars, things like that also. So in a nutshell, that's kind of what it is. It's just that now what you have in Oaxaca, because there's so many little villages around there, each little village has a little thing they do a little bit differently. So, all right, how was that? Did I cover all the
Excellent.
bases?
I think you covered most of the bases. Yes, definitely. What's great in Oaxaca is that Carnival is not the same everywhere. Each of the villages have their own celebrations and their own special things they do, and so you get to see something different in each one, which is part of why we're switching it up this year.
Yeah, yep, very, very cool. So, why don't I do my share screen here and we can kind of go through some of this stuff. Let's see, share, desktop, and let's pull this up. Oh, look, it's our Carnival doc. Everybody, can you see that okay, Miha, just from your screen?
I can.
Okay, cool. I was going to run the slideshow, but I'm not. I'm just going to sort of scroll through it so I can see which ones that we have. This is from my luxurious window, out my window of my hotel. Um, I think this was from my hotel room a few years back.
That's a great cloud shot.
It is. That was an awesome. I
Pretty,
think I always
pretty.
take these shots like the first morning, or well, this looks like it's probably evening that
Mm,
this was taken. So and so what I have for the first couple shots is some shots for people who've never been to Oaxaca. Just kind of give you just a few shots of the city. Um, this is Santo Domingo Church, and Mija, jump in when
yeah.
you feel like I'm passing over stuff. You need to blather on about something. That's
I'm such a blatherer.
yeah. So what this looks like, this is Santo Domingo Church. This is the cathedral that's closest to where everybody's staying, um,
Mm.
and a lot of parades start these days. Start right around here. It looks like there must be perhaps a wedding going on. I'm guessing.
Yeah, there's a celebration there for sure in this
Yeah,
photo.
I'm
Love
guessing. I'm
it.
guessing it might be a wedding, but just to check.
Santo Domingo is one of my favorite churches. When we first get there and we walk upon it, it's always my like, whoa moment. I'm like, we're here in
Well,
Oaxaca and it's
well,
beautiful.
and I tell people that they need to go there like right before sunset, and this
Yeah,
shot is right before sunset.
exactly.
And because the stones glow. Now this
Mm.
shot doesn't even do it justice. And people go, "Oh, la la la, the stones glow. Oh, sure." And I can't remember who told me they took my advice and went down there and go, "Oh my God, the stones really glow." I'm not talking like Lord of the Ring glow, but I mean it's pretty trippy. So it's
It's pretty beautiful. When they light it up at night, it's gorgeous.
yeah, very pretty and very pretty inside too.
Yeah, incredible inside.
You remember this?
Oh,
You remember
yes.
the sunset, don't you, Mija?
Yes, I remember this shot from just this year.
Yeah, Halitlaco. That was, I think,
Yeah,
just after the mural
mural
tour.
tour. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great little sunset. Just looking
Yeah,
at
that was
the church
beautiful.
down there,
Good shot.
and of course
Oh, yeah.
our little Guadalupes who hide in the trees around the hotel. Somebody had gone around and painted little Guadalupes in the tree knots years ago, and it seems to be replenished or repainted every
Yeah.
year.
Yep.
And here's the beautiful Acala. This is where a lot of the action happens. Parades wander down here.
Yeah.
Um, the pale stones in the back, that's actually right by Santo Domingo Church. Give you some bearing. And look, there's some little round balls back there. It means somebody's getting ready for a parade.
Yep, that's parade happening.
And here's a very quiet afternoon on the
Yeah.
Zocalo. This is a very quiet afternoon on the
The
Zocalo. This is the
sleepy
main,
afternoon.
yeah, main square, and down in the little bit further down. This is the main cathedral. That's where this is. And let's see, we'll just do a few shots of some murals. Do you remember where this one is? Is this in Halatlaco?
That's in Halalaco, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a fun
those who
one.
don't know, Halatlaco's neighborhood, a little barrio. Yeah, there's little Oaxaca City has a number of little barrios that have little things. Well, Halatlaco's one of the cooler ones, to be sure.
Yeah. It's a great ancient barrio. And it used to be just kind of outside of Oaxaca City, and there was a river that ran alongside it. Um, and It's what I remember is that it's kind of where they used to, like, tan all the hides of the animals is on that river.
Oh, right, like because they used
Mhm.
to like all the blood would roll down the rivers.
Yep, and all that, so it was kind of leather workers, a lot of leather workers were from that area.
I don't think they just if anybody's nervous, they don't do that anymore. So.
No, no.
This is to the I don't ever go to this market because I don't this is the foods well, I can't remember what it's called where all the food stands are.
Oh,
Market
the,
right behind Benito Juarez.
21st of November, yeah, the
Yeah, yeah, but they had a nice little
21 de noviembre.
and this also had Laco, I believe. I think this was from the taken when you were on that tour.
Yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah,
And
that's Halalaco for sure.
and more. Oh, look, and here's the tour group. Here's some of the group from the mural tour going around.
Yes, that was a fun one.
I love this. I love this one, by the way. I think this one is great. This
Yeah,
shot with that's so phenomenal.
it is. Yeah, that is an amazing piece of Barro Negro.
Yeah, that's black pottery for
Yes.
non-Spanish speakers. This was actually from a few years ago. This is from just a great market in Tlacolula, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah. We went to Taco Little Market.
and look at this yummy drink. I had to include a drink in this, right? So
Of course you did.
this was like a chamomile mezcal drink.
Oh,
With
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have one of those?
Yes, it was delicious.
It was at this restaurant, Los Danzantes.
Los
And I
Danzantes.
don't think this was not the day. Now this place is really great. If you can get in there, it's really a great restaurant. You have to kind of make reservations early. It's easy to get in there during Carnival, almost impossible to get in there during Day of the Dead. But it's you'll notice all the rusty things down below. Those
Oh,
are
yeah.
all squashed metal like pots. They're all squished together like compacted cars,
Yeah.
but which is very cool.
It was super cool. Figured
And
that out. I was like so impressed.
for the more daring, they offer you this. You get the bug platter. So this is what I thought was you
Yeah.
actually have a lot more bugs than this. This was their sort of they laid them out so you could see all the different types
Yeah.
of insectos that you
Insect light.
that you could
Right.
try out. And I don't remember what each one was. I pretty much stuck to the agave worm. Those are pretty
Gusano and
tasty. Those taste like French fries. And then the chapalinas, which are the crickets. The other ones are like, eh. So if you have a choice, if somebody says, would you like this beetle? And I go, no, I'll just have the worm. Thank you.
I liked the ants too, actually.
Oh, the ants, right? This guy, right?
Yes.
And that's like isn't that a little mini shrimp?
Oh, yeah, it was like a little mini shrimp
Yeah, like a baby crawdad.
thingy.
All right, just a couple more shots of City of Oaxaca, and then we'll get to the reveal part. This, I believe, is also in Tlacolula, one of the villages.
Oh, yeah.
Down
Inside the market.
Yeah, down sort of on the way to the ruins of Mitla, which we will be going to on this. Is that yeah, we're going to Mitla.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. And let's see, here's Mija and some of the gang up at Montalban, hanging out above the city by the pyramids.
Yeah.
Looking at something fascinating. I think streaker running by.
Or listening to Leo, who is fascinating. Our guide.
Leo, the tour guide.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, this is one of my favorite shots.
I know. It is so good.
Do you remember what village this was? This was down
in Teotitlán del Valle.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
the Mendoza family.
Right. She was so fun. She was so fun. Yeah,
yes.
she was
Mendoza Ruiz family, yeah.
Looks like she's making blue dye, if I'm not mistaken, based on
Yeah, oh yeah, she's working on she's grinding the indigo.
All right. So I will I'm going to show you what we got cooking. So this is the workshop. We'll I'll show you them in person. We'll take a slip away from I'm going to take a slip away from the sharing because I can show you. Everybody see me okay? Okay.
Yeah.
So this, my friends, I'll give you some better pictures in a sec, are what we're going to be making. So little crazy found object puppet people.
They're so fun.
And the reason I was really this idea really intrigued me. I have some photos that you can see, but I thought I'd show you in person just so you can get a sense of the size. Now you can make these whatever size you want, but the idea is that we're going to do mostly a found object head. So the head is mostly found objects. Whoops, there we go. And then the body is actually canvas. And so it's light and transportable. So this can go in your luggage very easily, which leaves lots of room for you to buy stuff in Oaxaca to take home. So if you need to bring bottles of mezcal and buy art from the locals, you certainly have more room to do that. So we'll go back to share screen and I'll get you a little better view of...
Smart, Miguel. Brilliant.
Okay, let's see, where are we at? All right, so there, we'll give you a few shots of those. I tried to emulate a National Geographic look with these
You did
animals.
well. I'm impressed.
So here's yes, here's our little kitty cat. So once again, yep. So we're painted canvas, and some found objecty painted heads is what we're going to be playing with. I thought this was going to be a run. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fun friggin' class.
Yeah, I really love this project.
I I like it too. I just think it's kind of fresh. One of the things too I
Really
should
fun.
mention is that especially this one. So this this style is kind of based on the costumes that you would see in Oaxaca this time of year. So, and actually a lot of times, throughout the year, especially the jaguar costumes, because a lot of times what you see are these very basic sort of, almost like painters outfits, right? But they're painted really fantastically. And then they
Mm.
have an elaborate mask. So that was kind of the inspiration behind this, but much flatter.
Yeah, I think this is so, so fun.
Yes, and this is my bat, my grumpy bat.
He looks like a very surprised bat.
He's like, "Oh my!" Well,
Yeah.
it's bright out, I think. All right, so now, do we want to jump to the the other reveal?
Yes,
Okay, here we go.
let's tell folks.
All right, go
Woo.
ahead. What does
So
this indicate to you?
this year we're going to the village of Villa de Zaachila for their carnival festivities, and they're known for los zancudos, they're called, which means the mosquitoes, and so they do a parade of stilt walkers. These stilt walkers lead a parade during carnival. I love this one, and
I
thanks to
know this
Sue
is
for
great.
these awesome photos.
Yeah, Sue Urquhart did these photos. These were from a couple years back, I think she took these.
Mhm.
I mean, and she got some great shots. I mean, these are some phenomenal shots that she took.
Seriously, so good.
So this is our on Carnival Day. So what's
Mhm.
different this year from what we did last year is we're going to this village instead of, and I do have some shots of the oily boys, the
Mhm.
asiatados,
Right.
the oily devils. So we'll be going here instead of the oily devils. So we will see oily boys around the city of Oaxaca,
Yes.
but we just won't be going to the village where the parade is happening.
Yep. And yeah, Zachila is it's in Zapotec village and really well known actually for its market that happens every Thursday because it's been happening for it's one of the oldest markets in Oaxaca. So it's been happening for hundreds of years. And uh and it's known for los zancudos, the stilt dancers, and they come out only during special occasions, so this is one of them. Um,
Now,
so
the story I heard, and it's one of those things that, maybe it's true, maybe it's not with,
right.
a lot of this stuff. It depends on who you talk to. But the story I heard that this tradition started because I had heard that they used to use stilts as a way to get across the arroyos,
The river, yeah.
the river. And so it just kind of became a thing. I know there's a big, I don't think I have a photo of it. There's a big statue of one of the Zancudos in the main square there. And this town, by the way, was where I was once stung many years ago by a
Oh, right.
killer bee.
Killer Bees story.
Yes. So
Yeah. They do have some an archaeological site there too, which we'll actually be visiting during we'll actually be visiting during our deMeng de Muertos tour instead, but there's so many archaeological sites in Oaxaca and they're amazing. And some of them are small and not very excavated. And then you've got like Mitla and Monte Alban that
yeah,
are there's much more known
this
about.
one's pretty petite. It's not very
Mhm.
big. I haven't been there in years, but it's not it's kind of tiny. It's and it's it has a really cool. I think it's a little skull bat person inside, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh.
Now wait a second. I think I have some zancudos in action. Hold on a second. See, here we go. Maybe. Nope. Maybe I don't. No, go back. Wait, where are you? Okay, here we go. Oh, it's not going to let me do it for some reason.
Won't let you play that?
No, because it sort of wants me to play the whole thing. Well, I'll try this. Let's see if I can fast forward to it so we can see some Zancudo action. All right, Zancudo. Sorry, you guys. Oh wait, we'll come back to that. Oh wait, I heard music.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it is so amazing to me that they can dance on those stilts. I'm super
Not to
excited
love
because
about that.
yeah. I'm super excited because I've not ever gone to this particular celebration in Zaachila. So it's my first time. I've seen the Los Zancudos dancing in the city during parades for Muertos and Carnival before, but not
Yeah.
in Zaachila itself. So I'm super excited about it.
Yep, me too. All right, so just for those who are, some of the other things you will see, but you'll see them around town, um, will be because we are hitting, there is the parade, the main parade that has all the different villages coming through. I think
Mhm.
that's like pretty much one of the first days that we're there, I think. Isn't that right?
Usually, yeah, it's usually the first like Friday or Saturday before Carnival, which is Carnival is on Fat Tuesday, so it's always on a Tuesday.
Yeah, so so the parade usually starts actually very close to where the hotel is.
Mhm.
So these are from a couple years back, and this was you never know when a tumbleweed might come in handy. I think that's isn't that lichen stuff? What is
It's
that?
gotta be something that looks like Spanish moss or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. Great use of Spanish moss, I would say.
And this was, I don't remember what village these guys were from. I know there's a particular village that does this. Each village you'll notice, especially when you see the main opening parade, which has all the different villages, you'll notice each one has a different thing about it. So you'll
Mm,
see, obviously, we'll get to Oily Boys in a minute, but you'll see these sort of smaller masks and the cowboy sort of V sort of thing. And oops, that's not supposed to be there.
yeah.
And then you'll come to villages like San Martin Telcajete, and you'll see
Mm,
the Asiatados.
mhm.
This is a very ornate Mictlan de Cutli, god of death,
Yes.
um, Asiatado. Um, but basically, these guys, what they're renowned for is getting visitors all oily in motor oil. Um, and this is literally motor oil, by the way. These
Yeah.
they are literally using motor oil, which yes, I know
Yeah.
is not good for them.
No, it's kinda if they do give you a hug or if they, like, swipe your face and get oil on you, it's like a blessing.
Right, right. So that's the way we always say, if you're going, if you know you're going to a parade where you're going to see a lot of oily boys, just
Mhm.
wear black, dark
Yeah.
colors, something you don't care about.
Yeah. You
This,
will yeah.
however, is not oil. This is isn't this vegetable oil? Isn't that what this one is? These guys?
It's like a vegetable oil with pigments, like a red pigment in it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is also from San Martin.
That is a beautiful mask.
Oh wait, so we gotta now it's gonna make me do this thing where I have to show you this.
Oh,
It's gonna make, oh wait, it's gonna let me do it. Cool. All right.
yay. Yeah, because this is super cool.
This was San Martin. Isn't that great?
So
Love it.
fun.
And that mask is phenomenal.
It is. The whole costume is phenomenal, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Great design.
And now let's get out of that. Maybe.
It'll let you enter, but it won't let you
I
return.
know. Let me go back. See if I can figure out how to get out of here. Done. All right. There we go. Yay. All right. I made it. Okay.
You escaped.
All right. What else we got here? I think just a few more oily boys. Literally oily
Yeah.
boys.
Those guys are fun.
Oh, wait. You know what else I have?
Tell us.
I'll show you. There's Marilyn. Marilyn, she got her oily boy hands. And of course,
Love it.
we
Please tell me you got Lois dancing too.
there's Marilyn dancing also. Dancing with the gang
Oh, that was so fun this year.
and Tina. And
Yes.
let's see. What else we got here? I think I thought I had some video of Lois dancing, but I do not for some reason see it. But this guy from San Martin, by the way, you
Yeah.
know, I think I saw him. I think I saw him in the city parade too. Um,
Yes, he was.
okay,
And
he's
he was there year before too. He's obviously the one who likes to lead this procession.
he's the master of the ball.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal ball spinner.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a thing, but he is a phenomenal ball spinner.
Yep.
And he's
He
always
enjoys
very
it.
good natured. So
He is. He was super fun.
let's see. Everybody getting down.
Yep. What I so love about the celebration and the procession is that these festivities is that everyone is welcome to participate. They're passing out, mezcal and beverages and inviting you to come dance and
Get oily.
get get oily with them and yeah, and join the festivities. So it feels very welcoming and very fun to join in and participate.
And we are one of the side trips on this, we're going here.
Mm-hmm.
The
This is the
ruin
archaeological site of Mitla.
Midla. So Midla, you'll notice, has the little tapestry-like stonework. If you look
Mm-hmm.
up on the thing, that's kind of what Midla is famous for.
Yes,
And if you need to do a selfie, this would be a good place to
good
do
spot.
selfies. So
Very dramatic.
very dramatic up at Midla. There's a good shot
Oh, that was a great shot.
of the archaeological site.
I really love this is one of my favorites. I mean, Monte Alban is phenomenal, obviously. It's pretty spectacular, but I really like Mitla. I love the designs and also that these designs are very much still being used in Zapotec culture and art. And so you'll see these designs that are carved into the sides of the building. I think there's 13 different designs and they're still being used and you'll see them in the weavings in Teotitlán, you'll see them in paintings, you'll see them on pottery. So it's something that they're proud to continue as they represent Zapotec culture.
And
And
that
this
was something, you know, that was something I never really noticed. Like I remember going to Mila and I wasn't really paying, it's like, oh, cool designs.
Mhm.
But I think the first time I went there, I wasn't registering the whole like, wait a second, that's the same design that's on the clothing, and I thought
Right,
that was that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I get it.
right.
Come ahead, oi, oi.
Now you now you see some
Yeah.
similarities. Yeah, and Mila is really significant. It was a spiritual center for the Zapotec people, and was still a thriving city when the Spaniards arrived. And unlike Monte Alban, which had been abandoned by the time the Spaniards arrived, so yeah, it's a really significant site for the Zapotec people.
And of course, we'll be stopping here.
Yes. Oh, my favorite museum. This is the Rufino Tamayo Museum.
I don't have a good shot of the whole place, but I just have a few shots of the pieces. But go ahead.
Yeah, it's really is one of my favorite museums. And what I love is that the artist Rufino Tamayo, who's a Oaxacan artist, and he didn't really live in Oaxaca much. He moved to Mexico City, if I remember correctly. But he and his wife had been collecting pre-Hispanic art from all over Mexico for like decades. And then he eventually gifted them all in this museum to Oaxaca, his birthplace. And it was significant patron to the arts in Oaxaca. And I love coming to this museum. Every time I do, I feel like I'm coming to visit old friends. Um, and what I really love is that he did not categorize these pieces as artifacts. He really sees them as art of the culture of from where these pieces come from.
And I mean, as you can see by these shots too, just how they're displayed. I only have the purple room, but each room is like there's the pink room and sort of they're all these sort of
Orange room.
very Mexican colors, that you see there. But because you don't often see these things, you usually see them in a very sterile sort of
Mm-hmm.
background. And here, I think it's just such a fun way to display them. So.
It is. Yeah, the display is really, really well done.
Let's see if I have anything else. So I have more parade stuff, it looks like. Uh, you never know what's going to show up in a
I
parade there.
love that Krusty the Clown over
Buster
there.
the Clown, and yes. And yeah, see, here's
Oh
the
yeah.
group that I've never really figured out though. These were the guys, and I don't remember what village they're from, but they have
Yeah.
the masks that are too small. They all wear the masks that are too small.
Yes. Yes. I don't remember. I want to say Hukila, but I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what village they're from. What I love too is that usually in the parades in town, when all of the different regions come together to have their procession, is that each village has a banner that says where they're from, and so then you can learn like about the different costumes from these different villages and that they use for these specific festivities.
This one I have a video of, so let me see if I can do this again without maybe. Come on, you did it for me last time. Oh, maybe it's not going to do it. Okay, it's not letting me do it. I think this one might be a still that I thought it was a video that I put on there, but I think it's just a still. So
Super fun.
I'm gonna try it though, because I think it's worth going to if we can find it. If I have the full video of that, that would be really cool. Because it's a very fun, smoky video.
Oh.
Yes, very smoky, like mezcal.
Like mezcal, but different.
Like mezcal and but multicolored.
Oh, okay then.
All right, let's see. Where are you? I think we're getting close. All right, almost there. Oh, look at that. All right, we'll come back to that. Remember that?
Oh, why do I not remember that?
I was at the restaurant. We went and saw your friends.
Oh yeah, I do remember that now. Oh, another great mask. Oh,
And
dang, those are creepy.
it's kind of opened up. It's sort of like I think it used to be, some of the costumes were more traditional once, and
Yeah,
now they're less
like
so.
a good mix, I
Here
would
we
say.
go.
Oh
This is what
yes.
I'm looking for.
Oh,
Look at that. You gotta love
wow.
that. Now that's
Right.
what I call a carnival parade. We got smoke, we've got devils.
We got creepy clowns with whips.
Oh
What
wait,
more
here we
do you
go. We get
want?
Spinny Ball Boy.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll get to see him twirl. All right. We don't get to see him twirl his thing. All right. So I think that is all I have um, for the carnival slides. There's that was the first year we did Carnival. Remember that?
Yes, that's right.
It was our first. We had a smaller group. Our trial run of
That's
Carnival.
right. It was
It
our
was so
trial
much
run.
fun. And yeah, so now we're back full steam. All right, I'm going to end share,
Mm.
and we'll be back. All right.
And we're back.
So what else?
I know. What else we want to share? We're gonna go to some new places too. Um where I have not been anyways to visit any of the embroidery artists um
Oh, San Antonino, right?
in San Antonino. Yes. So I was excited to be adding that to our itinerary. New for me, and so hopefully new for other folks too.
I think I was in San Antonino briefly, I mean, 30 years ago, long before I was doing
Really?
retreats. Yeah, long time ago. Long time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just looking at the itinerary. So we can actually kind of run through that, I suppose.
Yeah.
We got arrival day, and of course, that's casual walk to the Zocalo and hang out there
Yeah.
where there's dancing and frivolity and
I
all.
know the Zocalo is usually bumping, and on Wednesday nights it's a great night because that's when they have dancing on the Zocalo. So there's a live band and people are dancing, which is super fun. But yeah, during the day we walk around, see what new exhibitions are happening in the area because there's so many amazing galleries and museums. I'm sure we'll stop by the San Pablo Cultural Center, which used to be a Dominican monastery.
Yeah,
And
so that's Wednesday. Yeah, we have that, and
yep, and it's yeah, San Pablo Cultural Center is such a beautiful space. Love sharing that with folks. And of course,
the
we'll hit the Benito Juarez Market, which is always a feast for the eyes and the senses, because there's so much going on there. And of
which, by
course,
the way, is also a good there and around there is a good spot to find if you don't bring a lot of found objects. Usually
mm,
in the market, because there's lots of toys and things. There's lots of places to find stuff.
yeah, cool
And
stuff for your projects.
let's see. I know we've got the Carnival Parade. Looks like Friday is the Carnival Parade, the evening,
Yeah,
at late afternoon. The main Carnival Parade for the city. So which will have all the different stuff. And by the way,
yeah,
just to let some of you guys know, that um, the way that the classes work, the way that Mija and I have sort of orchestrated is so that you actually get quite a bit of class time because we actually have the room for
yeah,
close to the duration of the workshop, right? And so even though there's 4 days of class time, we actually have, I think it's probably about 6 days where there's access to the room or thereabouts.
yeah,
So, even because on tour days, if you get back early or if you want to work in the evenings, it's kind of nice because people can kind of go and work in the room if you want to get there early and do some stuff before class starts. So there's plenty of access. So it's a little bit like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of time, and it's
yeah.
a good layout in terms of that.
Yeah, it's nice because it's open. You can come and go into the studio area as you wish. So you can do some late night studio time if you want. Yeah,
And I see that we also have on Saturday, we've got the Tour de Mitla. So we got Mitla and Ascura Gallery, screen printer.
yeah. We're gonna visit a screen printing artist in Meatla as well. And then we're going to head to Teotitlán del Valle, which is really well known as a weaving village. But the other thing they're known for is their really elaborate candle art, which is used primarily in religious ceremonies. But yeah, it's pretty incredible to see how they create all the pieces and then put together these candle sculptures. So we're gonna visit an artist.
Oh yeah, the candle sculptures are cool. That is,
Yeah,
yeah, those are really cool. They're trippy.
they
They're
are.
humongo. I mean, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, it's not like these little potpourri candle things. I mean, these are like
they're elaborate.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
We can
Uh,
get very elaborate. Hmm.
let's see. Sunday is a Rufino Tamayo visit after class.
Yes.
And oh, this is new. The tin artisan. We've gone by his
Yeah.
shop many times when we go
Hmm.
up for Day of the Dead, for to Xochimilco to the cemetery up
Yeah.
there. So we're gonna
We're gonna
wander up
go,
there.
yeah, visit his studio, and we'll have to head to Xochimilco anyways to see all the amazing murals in the neighborhood. So we'll also visit 10 artists there and see his work, and he'll give us a demonstration as well.
And let's see. Then Tuesday, of course, Carnival Day will be in
Yes,
Zaachila. Dun, 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 dun. And then from there we go to what? Oh, Santa Ana Zagache.
the Gache. I know this is one of my favorite churches. It's really colorfully painted. It looks kind of folk art style painting, and it was restored by the Oaxacan artist Rodolfo Morales, who he is another patron artist of Oaxaca, from the village of Ocotlan. And he, one of the things that he said that I thought was so interesting, and the reason that he spent time restoring churches specifically is because in a lot of the smaller villages, especially, he said the churches is one of the only places people can see artwork regularly, and it's open to the public.
Oh
And
wow, I'd never heard that. That's very cool.
yeah, and so he restored like, I don't know, 20 some churches, in the villages and in the region. Um, so
Now,
I love that.
is this the one in Ocotlan?
No, this is not the one in Ocotlan.
Okay, okay, because
Santa Ana
yeah, it threw me
Zagache is
off when you
in,
said I didn't realize that he had done other ones. Okay,
yeah, no, he's restored. He helped restore, uh, yeah, I think like over 20 different
wow,
churches.
wow.
Uh-huh. Um,
And
yeah,
then San Antonino,
yes,
Castillo Velasco,
yes,
embroideries.
we'll visit, well, there's several different families of embroidery artists there, primarily women, in the village, and so we will go and visit them and see them in action. It's very unique style, very floral, um, and kind of densely embroidered, floral. And also, they do a really unique style of like crochet and tatting, um, in their dresses and blouses. Really beautiful.
And then I see our farewell dinner is at the Close Gallery. It's very
Yeah.
close to the hotel too.
It is
Close,
actually.
Close,
It is.
CLOS is how it's spelled.
Yeah, Close is an artist, and John and
Not
I.
Chuck, is it? It's not Chuck Close.
No,
All right, different guy
no,
altogether.
totally different guy.
Okay.
Uh, but he, John and I, my partner John and I, who is also helping to organize, and you'll all meet him there. He and I found this gallery when we were there just recently in March or April when we were there, and the
Because you
gallery,
guys were staying at a place that was very close,
we were close to Close Gallery,
right?
yes.
Yes.
And it was, we felt like we had, we were kind of timid to walk in because we were like, what is this place?
Are you opened or are you closed?
Oh my God.
I'm not going to stop here. So.
I know. I know. We're gonna have to mute you for a minute. But when we found it, we
Right.
were actually timid to go
That's
in because we couldn't
the
quite
shit box.
tell
Feed
what
it.
was happening.
It's called feed it. Okay.
And because
That's
every
all right.
every surface was painted, the floor, the ceilings, the walls, and it was a really interesting space. But we met his brother who was sitting at the gallery, and then eventually got to meet Close, and another associate of his, and they're creating in that space an artist residency program, and they actually have rooms that you can rent and stay at there. So we're super excited to meet with them, and they invited us to come have an event there with our group, and I was like, yes, let's do it. So yeah, I'm excited
Yeah,
to
I was looking at
attend.
I was looking up the website of it when I right before this because I hadn't seen it. It's a very cool space. Very
Super cool
space.
space.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
you want to
love
check it
what they're
out, check
doing.
out you can CLOS
Mm.
Gallery in Oaxaca or something like that. Just do COLS cultural thing, or I don't remember how it is exactly, but
Yeah,
it's
artist residency or gallery. I know it's called a gallery for sure, but they are working on doing artist residencies there. Uh, yeah, really love their mission, really love what we're trying to do there. So we were excited to find them. Yeah.
and we had, I should mention before we close out, we had a few spots opened up in Day of the Dead. So if you know of anybody or you want to join Day of the Dead, we do have a few spots
Yes.
popping that have popped open.
Which is
So
unusual.
it is unusual. Um, so if this is the summers when usually things start to shift a little bit. People like,
Shake
oh,
out,
my
yeah.
grandmother's getting her hair done that day. I don't know why that would be make you cancel your class, but I think that's an excuse. That's not an excuse.
Is that what that is?
Yes,
I'm pretty sure
a
about
lame
that.
excuse too. So anyway,
You want to hear something better, guys.
yeah. But yeah, I am crazy excited about. Well, I'm glad I'm just so glad. Well, first off, I'm glad we're doing this twice a year, and I think also it's kind of a nice different time of year too. I
Yeah,
mean, both have their own magic.
most
Carnival's a little
definitely.
bit quieter, ironically enough, given it's called Carnival, right? Um, but Day of the Dead is there's a whole lot of there's so much I don't know there's so much Day of the Deadness that's super cool. So it's kind of it both have their thing both have
Yeah,
their thing. So I'm
most definitely. They're each unique in their own way for the festivities themselves, the time of year that you're there, and kind of what the vibe is in the city at that time.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah so very cool. So if any of all you all have any questions,
Yeah.
you can unmute yourself and ask any questions, whatever you would like to know. Um, Probably related to the workshop would probably be best. Um, Unless you ask a martini question, I can certainly help you out with that. But yeah, if any of you have any questions, you can pop in and say, hey. I don't
Yeah,
see I don't see
please
any.
do.
Yeah. So,
Love to hear from you.
and let's see, I'm just going to check the chats, see if we had anything in the chats. I think nope, I think we're good on that. All right. So I think we might.
I mean, come on, Marilyn, you have to have something to say.
I have no questions.
Did we answer them all for you?
Oh, yeah. Although I would say that I'd ask Robin for our advice on martinis first.
Yeah, fine. Fine, fine, fine. Yeah.
Sandy has a question. Do you need to bring tools? Yes, we will send out a supply list specifically for this workshop.
What was the question?
Do we need to bring tools?
Oh yeah, so Sandy, Sandy's be coming a long way from Brisbane. So I would love to get you over. You know how much I would love to get you over there, Sandy. The You do not need to bring tools because I will have tools there. I have 2 or 3 Dremels there at any given time. I've got a drill, so anything you would need, I've got there. So and if you were really I want my own thing, then yeah, I make sure we can get you to Home Depot. There is a Home Depot there if you need it.
Yeah.
But no, see, the only thing that I'd recommend people bring, especially for this class, this one's kind of nice because I'd say almost the head stuff you could almost track down there.
Mm,
Though I think some sort of base, a simple little base for the head wouldn't be a bad idea, whether it's an existing mask or a block of wood or something. But a
mm,
lot of the little ornamentation for the head, um, I think that a lot of that stuff you could actually find there. The one thing I would recommend though is bringing canvas. Just some canvas scraps. And you don't need a lot of it. You just need about this much of it front and back. But yeah, it's yeah, I think most of the stuff, I'd say canvas for sure, a few found objecty things here and there, but tools definitely not. You don't need to worry about. Paints, you will need to bring some paints, um, but once again, it's you don't need gobs and gobs of it necessarily. So Robin was asking for dates.
February 10th to 19th.
February 10th to 19th,
I'll
which is
type
kind of
it
nice. It'll
in.
be a little cooler. Last year was a little bit warm comparatively.
It was a little bit later, yeah.
Yeah, so we're about a month earlier, I think, than this last year. So look, Mija posted it right in there.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Anything
y'all
else?
know.
Anyone else? Anyone? Look, Polly looks all excited. I see her smiling. Like, oh, I want to go. I want to go. I do too. It's like I want to be there right now.
Right now, let's go.
Yeah,
It looks really exciting. I'm actually thinking about taking the class. But
Yay.
That would be awesome, Polly.
I
think
know. It's a big jump for me, but we'll see.
I think
That would be
you
so
would.
fun.
I think what's one of the nice things about this one too is I think it is a little less intimidating than some of the other projects too,
Yeah.
which I think is one of the nice aspects of it. So
You can make it as elaborate or as simple as you want, which is awesome.
the people who want to go, well, people want to go crazy with it, they can do life-size ones if they want and wear it.
Big body.
We'll need both halves of the room for that one if that's the case. But yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Exactly. And then you can wear it as your costume for the processions,
Or your protection against oily boys. So
Ooh,
they could just
good
do the
idea.
painting for you.
Like that idea.
Yeah.
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 Jazz hands.
Your oily boy
Right.
jumpsuit.
That's right. Exactly.
And trust me, that the oily boys got on me far more than just my hands.
Don't you think, Marilyn, that like you start off going, well, I don't want to get dirty, and then you're like,
will you be there, Marilyn?
What?
Will you be there, Marilyn?
To this, I'm trying to rework my schedule. It's just a schedule thing for me. There's one other thing that happens at the exact same conflict, but this certainly is where my heart is, and it sounds fabulous. So the only thing I'll miss is the fun party, the dance party that we had with the mezcal and the beer and stuff like that. And
well, except this time the difference this one is you'll have a dance party, and this year's one it's just you'll be dancing more like this.
With the still rocking.
You'll be dancing with someone's knees.
Looking up their skirts. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you might be able to get stilt lessons. You never know. I'm sure they'd try.
Well, it looks like a great project. It looks fabulous. It's like all sorts of wonderful things. I love going to Meat Love. I love the market at Meat Love more than the outside where they and the best ice cream stand.
Oh yes, they do have some
me, ice cream.
Well, the one thing I would say too is that is such a nice market. I remember when the last time we did that market during Carnival, because I'd been there during Day of the Dead for their Day of the Dead market, and it was so crazy busy, but it was so peaceful. The time we did it during Carnival, I'm like, wow,
right.
That was really nice. So,
yep, it is a fun little market.
All right, is that it? We got everything covered?
I think so.
All right, awesome. So thanks everybody. I'm hoping I actually have opened up the link. The link is now live if you want to go check out in more detail. If you just go to my website, you can find it, michaeldemeng.com/OAX. You will find a link to both Day of the Dead and Carnival on there, and they will zap you right onto Mija's site, which has everything you would need to know.
I just posted it in the chat too, if you want to copy it real quick.
And if you really feel like spending another hour rewatching this, I'll be posting this video as well, because I know Marilyn's very excited to rewatch this video, share with her friends.
So entertaining. If you want to get your Miguel fix,
that's right. You could even watch it in slow motion.
See all the funny faces he makes in between.
There you go. There you go.
I want to listen in slow motion and hear the puns even longer.
Yeah.
You just want to torture yourself, huh?
Yeah.
Marilyn?
Love you all.
All right, guys.
Thanks so much, everyone. Good to see you, loves.
Hope to see everybody in
Bye.
Oaxaca.
See you,
Oaxaca.
Yes.